Wow, so these chapters are starting to heat up. They keep getting more and more interesting as they come. We start the chapter off with God Usopp revealing he has master of his Conqueror's Haki. We knew he had Haki, but not Conqueror's Haki, let alone the ability to control it. All those times we thought it was Luffy using Conqueror's Haki, turns out it was just Usopp. Do you want to know the sad part about it? For a second, I believed it. Like in my head, I was like, this is crazy. There's no way. I was getting the heartbeat and everything. But no, we go to Nami and she explains that the ripples of Big Mom's Aki is knocking out the soldiers. So while Usopp was convincing people he was using Conqueror's Haki, he states his name is the Sibling Hunter. So this will probably be on his next bounty. And they're probably going to give him a massive bounty boost for taking down both Toby Rokos. This scene was literally hilarious. It's the small things that we like in One Piece because we really should have expected this to happen, but we didn't. Somehow Usopp always anoints himself the victor and always receives credit for battles he didn't win. We then go to Beppo and the Law Pirates, and they're guarding the performance hall from the Beast Pirates, so Sanji and Zoro can get a fair 1v1. And can I just say, they got Beppo all the way twisted up. Just think about how strong the Straw Hats are in comparison to the Law Pirates. Beppo is supposed to be Law's right-hand commander. He didn't even get a 1v1 fight. Instead, he's fighting a no-name character to let Zoro fight the commanders. That just shows you that Luffy is jumped ahead of any other rookie. And I'll get back to this later on in the video. It will be part of my question of the day. Now to the best part of the chapter. We see the dog fruit in action. Yamato uses a slash attack, but Kaido immediately flicks it off with his club and uses an arrow attack. And you'll notice, even though Yamato calls herself Odin, she fights very similar to Kaido. I think the best way to explain it, why Yamato calls herself Odin, is she means the spirit of Odin, not her actually being Odin physically. Kind of how like Luffy is the spirit of Gold Roger and Shanks, and Sanji is the spirit of Zeph. That's what I think Oda is trying to get at. But Kaido's arrow connects with Yamato and she smacks viciously into a boulder across the top of the castle. And he hit her pretty hard. When she's getting up, she's patting herself off and huffing really bad. She has blood coming from her head, and she tells him, "You always intended to kill me." He responds, "Yes, that's right. This is not a little family squabble. If you want to wear the name Odin, you must be ready for war. This isn't a game at all." Yamato says, "Is it a crime to admire somebody I love, Odin?" I think what makes Kaido so frustrated about Yamato declaring herself Odin is that it's somebody he respects. If Yamato wore the name Mihawk, I don't think Kaido would have cared. But he respected Odin so much and his history with them. Anybody that he mentioned, Roger, Shanks, Odin, Gold Roger, and Rocks, if Yamato would have put on their names, it would have pissed him off. But I don't think he's inclined to care about any other name. As Yamato is getting up, we cut to a flashback of Kaido starving Yamato as a kid. We see her say, "I am hungry. I think I'm gonna starve Kaido." Did Odin do this? As we see a bunch of pirates knocked out on the floor. I didn't. They just fell over. I'm going to starve. Give me some food. Supreme King Haki, huh? A good sign. But Yamato, if you want to wear the name Odin, then die. At this point, Kaido is just gone way too far to. How are you going to starve an 8-year-old? And it's strange. We've seen moments where Kaido shows some semblance of a good person. Like when he let Momo live, there's one that comes to mind instantly. So I don't think Kaido will let Yamato starve to death. I think what Oda is trying to do with Kaido's character is build him up to be such a bad guy, then give him some form of understanding. Kind of like what they did with Negan in The Walking Dead. Trade horribly, but then as the story goes on, you start to get some understanding of where he comes from and why the way he is. So I think we're going down that direction. But right now, that's not what we're seeing. We're seeing Kaido throw Yamato in a prison and tell her, "You can stay here for a month." Yamato is freaking out because there's a bunch of samurai with a vengeance against Kaido in the cave. Even though I'm Odin, I'm also the son of Kaido. As Kaido is leaving, he places one meal on the ground and drops 5 swords and tells the samurai, "You want this meal? Fight to the death over it." He closes the tomb. We then see the samurai pick up the swords and pick up the meal and place it right in front of Yamato to eat. A samurai does not feel hungry, they state. Then we see one of the samurai that convincingly looks like Shutamaru cut Yamato's chain. And the next couple of days, they get more and more comfortable with each other. As that's going on, Yamato asks them, "Can you read a book for me? I want you to read it, but the words are too hard." As she casually whips out Odin's logbook with the information about the One Piece, Roger pirates, and Whitebeard pirates, I imagine they were probably thinking it was more of a Wano fictional story when she asked them to read a book. As they get finished reading the books, 10 days have passed. And Shutomaru says, "It seems your father might actually intend to let you die. At this rate, we won't be around for the battle in 20 years. When that time comes, I'll fight," Yamato says. "I'll be much stronger." Shutomaru says, "That warms my heart, and in turn, we will be part of the future battle by ensuring you do not die in this cave. You see, 20 years is too long for us to bear. But my father will kill you. Better than wasting away to death in here. We will not bend the knee to him anyways." So throughout Kaido's stay in Wano, there must have been multiple times in where the people had tried to fight him or they failed. We know Shutomaru tried, and we know Ashura-doji tried with a bunch of samurais. How many samurais realized that they were 50 years old and in 20 years they would be 70 and too old to fight and rebelled? As Shutomaru slices open the door and leaves to fight Kaido, we return to the battle and Yamato says, "I'm not alone. There are people who believe in me. Why do you steal my freedom? Why do you steal Wano's freedom?" And they both use the move that Kaido used to defeat Luffy the first fight. Thunder Boget. Wow, so every chapter that comes out, it seems like Yamato joining the Straw Hats is more and more inevitable. I mean, we're getting great backstories. This backstory is only beginning. We're going to have Shutomaru in it. We're going to see what happens next with them. And Yamato seems like such a genuine character. She's already saying that there's people that love her and believe in her. Getting the introduction into her and her eventually joining the group, I think that's what we're all coming to at this point in the story, that Yamato is probably going to join the crew. So getting her stuff is just phenomenal. With Kaido, I wish we would see more about his character, because there seems like there's more than just a mean old man to him, the heartless guy that they're trying to put out for him. Because we've seen him spare Odin. We've seen him respect Shanks and listen to Shanks when they had their clash. We don't really know what happened, but we can assume that Shanks and them didn't fight. I mean, if Shanks fought Kaido, I don't care how strong Shanks is, he's not coming to Marineford looking like he just got a fresh fade. So yeah, we can assume that he respects Shanks. We can assume that he respects Whitebeard. We know that he spared Momonosuke. So yeah, getting more information with that will be phenomenal. But if Yamato, if you want somebody to comfort you, I'm always right here. But if I have to give this chapter a rating, I would give it a 9 out of 10. I thought this chapter was better than last chapter. And I'm looking forward to getting the rest of the Wano arc. Question of the day right there. Where do you think Law will rank after Wano Kuni in the Straw Hats? So after Luffy and Sanji and Zoro fight their matchups, where will he rank? Will he rank 4th, 3rd, 2nd in the Straw Hats? Let me know. Leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment if there's anything you would like me to review. Song of the day in the description.
Yeah, one, two. Hey, niggas making me nauseous. Quit calling me conscious, team full of monsters. Young black king with a dream that I haunt you. What the fuck is you on?
I don't know, I've been on another way, praying for another day, searching for a better way, just to make it out of Pandora's box. I'm boxing these demons, just to watch the cops kill my people, now I'm scheming.
Ain't no need for water, I'm a leader. Tend to the earth, so pick your feet up. Niggas ain't as it, they trying to stop.